Hi, I'm Justin Klein at GinReviews.com.
And I'm Neil Portis with GinReviews.com.
And today we're interviewing Dennis Downing and Rich Blair from New Holland Distillery. A couple questions for you guys today. First of all, Rich, how did you get interested in this work and how did you get hired?
Well, the interest really stemmed from in college. I discovered craft beer and discovered classic cocktails and making things that were, or drinking things I should say, that were outside of that new trend, which was over-sweetened, artificially flavored things. So it was very interesting to me. Became something that I poured myself into, tended bar and ran a restaurant through college. Really tried to contribute as much as I can. Along the way, I got to know the folks at New Holland really well. When a position came available that was representing the spirit side of things, seemed like a really good fit, and we had a few conversations and I came on board. That was about 2 years ago now.
Perfect. And same question for you, how did you get interested in this work and how did you get hired?
Well, I got interested probably maybe even a little after Rich did, even though I've been out in the world a little longer. I got interested in craft spirits through craft brewing as well in the beginning. You know, my wife and I we've been huge craft brewing fans, and we hit the pubs everywhere we go. Probably about 4 years ago, I started reading about the laws for distilling changing in the state of Michigan, and I've started to think about other ways to use my chemistry background, and so I started studying basically on my own. You can get books on distilling, and as a chemist, distilling was something I understood thoroughly. So I too started to look around and try to find ways to get my hands on a still and distill. Unlike brewing, you can't do it at home legally. And
legally, you can't do it.
Yeah, so yeah, I sent emails out to anybody who had a still in the state of Michigan, just within a 100-mile range of my home, which was only about 3, just volunteering time, you know, and that was difficult. So I briefly flirted with the idea of my own distillery, and then with 2 kids getting ready to go to college, that was mixed. And I am a mug club member at New Holland, which means I'm a regular. And through one of the bartenders, heard they were hiring a distiller, and I contacted Brett, and you know, we talked a while. And that was about 1.5 years ago. I came on a few months after Rich.
And here you are.
Yeah.
And Brett is Brett Vanderkamp, who is the founder and president of New Holland. Who's a very young guy. He's 38 years old. We celebrate our 15th anniversary this year, and he's 38, so he got in pretty young.
That's awesome. I always like to be able to see someone passionate about what they do. Neil, do you want to ask him a question? What
excites you about your job?
Me, it's the right now I'm still on this big learning curve. So it's there's so much to learn in spirits. And at New Holland, we produce a wide range of spirits. You know, vodka, gin, rums, whiskeys, and so not being focused on 1 or 2 products, what excites me is trying to learn as much as I can about it all. Now we all have our own passions, and that may ebb and flow over time. So you know, at New Holland, even as a group, you know, we've become very passionate and very focused on barrel-aged spirits. You know, whiskeys in particular, but we barrel-age our rums as well. And so there's a lot of experimentation that I'm allowed to do. It's allowed is probably not the right word. I'm required to do it. It is part of the culture at New Holland to experiment and innovate. So.
And then I would answer that question in somewhat a similar way. Probably what excites me the most about the industry is the fact that it's so young. I remember watching the craft beer renaissance take place in the early to mid 90s through today. It's still taking place. Watching that and appreciating what was happening in the craft beer world, while always being a fan of spirits at the same time, and watching craft spirits being so young and being active in its development and being participatory in the growth that is taking place in craft spirits is an amazing thing to be a part of. So that's what excites me the most, is being on the front edge, leading, doing the best I can to lead the charge for craft spirits to be successful, and keeping the culture very similar to craft beer, which is helpful.
Yeah, I'll second that. This is really exciting, feeling like you're kind of shaping it in some way, or at least having a role in it. You know, there's a bunch of us craft distillers out there, but it's new, it's growing, and you know, it is exciting. You know, coming in and knowing that you may do something that may help shape it, and you know.
You guys are leaving a legacy.
we're going to build a distillery. at
Yeah.
Tiller's,
Yes,
you know?
we
I mean,
are
we're,
agreeing with that.
you know, we are the distillery at this point, and we hope to grow this, and each of us, hire people, and, I hope to look back in a few years and go, that was pretty sweet,
Yeah, I think it's awesome. Your best work's ahead of you.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree with that. The industry will tell us what's going to happen, and that's what's taking